I have created the session plan for the client's upcoming session. I have made sure the client knows the location of the training session and have reconfirmed with the client 1 hour before their session is due to commence. I have checked with the other personal trainers and group exercise instructors to make sure that the equipment I intend to use is not required by someone else. I have made sure that all the equipment I intend to use is set out in a particular order to make sure the session is run efficiently for the client. I have checked all of the equipment that is required for this session for any faults or possible hazards for my client. All of the equipment is safe to use and doesn't require any changes to be made. I have checked all of the training area and not found any potential hazards for my client. The area is safe to train. I'm Bree, how are you going?
Good, thank you.
I'll be your trainer for today.
Cool.
So I just have a couple of questions before we get started. First off, I'd just like to ask you what type of exercise you've been doing recently?
I mostly have been doing a bit of like everything really, like a bit of circuit training. I go to a few classes. Just, I might do a few things on the internet or like, programs that I find around the place. So nothing really consistent, like everything's just a bit, one day I'll decide to do this, one day I'll decide to do this.
No worries. So what type of training do you enjoy the most?
I do like circuit training, but I think I'm more interested in like just pushing myself a little bit more and using equipment that I've not maybe used before, or done activities that I've not done before. So
we can try some of that today if you like.
Yeah, cool.
So how long have you been regularly exercising for? Has it been a long period of time? Or?
I've always exercised, but I might go once or twice a week, like sporadically, and then not go for a while, and then I might go 3-4 times a week. Yes, it's as I said before, inconsistent.
Well, we can work on that too. Look at some consistency, maybe plan your week out.
I think that's what I need.
All right. So, is there anything specific that you might want to try?
I've always thought about boxing. I'd really like to try boxing. I have done a little bit in the past, but I really enjoyed it, and I like to exercise for fun. So I found boxing really fun, and that's why I find circuit training fun.
It's dynamic.
Well. It's never the same, or different combinations, and that's what I like. Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like you're well on the way to doing some good training and things like that. So what are your main goals? So what do you want to achieve from here onwards?
Yeah, well, I think I've had, I would really like to sort of increase my core strength, so just a bit more stability in my core, and just probably, make sure that my posture's good and things like that, and all the different exercises that I do, I like to make sure that I'm doing the right technique. And then just, I guess, improving my cardio and strength, fitness levels.
No problem. Is there a time frame, a specific time frame that you're looking at achieving these goals, or do you feel like it's more an ongoing lifestyle change?
Yeah, it is like an ongoing lifestyle change. I suppose I'd love to be able to measure my progress, but I think that I really want to make it, I always want to increase my core strength, and I always want to be pushing myself to the next level of my cardio fitness, or my, meeting new goals in terms of strength. So I suppose I really kind of view this as like maybe the starting point for something, to set some other goals, like more specific goals in the future.
Fantastic. Sounds very good. So how many times a week do you train at the moment? You said it's sometimes twice, sometimes 4. So we're averaging maybe 2 to 3 times a week? Yeah. Are you happy with that, or are you looking at doing more?
Look, I think I have a busy job, so I'm a busy lifestyle, so I think one of the problems in the past has been that I set myself to go every day this week, and then I don't achieve it and I lose motivation. So I like to set realistic targets for myself. I think probably 4 is realistic for me if I get another session in, or if I even just can go and play a game of sport or something as a 5th, then I would be quite happy to do that. So
that's great. So just a couple of health questions before we get started on any programs. Do you smoke?
No.
Are you pregnant?
No.
Do you have any medical conditions that might make it dangerous for you to participate in physical activity? You know, like high blood pressure, asthma, muscular problems?
Nothing that I'm aware of.
And have you been hospitalised in the last 12 months?
No.
And any medications that might affect your training?
No. All good.
Perfect. Okay, so I'll just run through the plan for today.
Yeah.
So we're doing a fitness test. This is to give you an idea of where you are now, and that way we can track your progress, just like you were saying. We're going to be working through some strength exercises, some cardiovascular exercises, and some stretches.
Yeah.
So the strength exercises we're doing are push-ups, a single arm row, and lunges. Cardio will be treadmill and cross trainer, and we'll be doing some boxing for some innovative cardio. So something to change it up a little bit. And then we'll stretch your quadriceps and your pectoralis major, which is the front of your leg, your thigh, and your chest.
Yep.
Do you have any questions before we get started?
No, that sounds fun.
All right, let's go. All right, Carly, so we've warmed you up. Do you have any questions before we get started?
No.
No? Okay. So the fitness test I've chosen for you is a 7-stage sit-up test. So this is going to help determine your core strength, which is one of your goals. And that's why I've chosen this test. So for the test, you start with a basic sit-up and work your way up each level until you can't complete a full rep of the next level, and that's going to be your benchmark. So that is where we will set your benchmark, and you will know whether your program is actually working for you or not. Alright, so safety concerns. Make sure that you keep your feet on the floor at all times. That's part of the test.
Yep.
Try not to pull on your head when we come to those options, and make sure you lower yourself back down with control.
Yep.
Okay, so I want you to start with your hands on your thighs, and the first level is to roll up until your wrists touch your knees. So roll on up, roll back down. Very good. So make sure you try breathing out as you come up. It's going to help you. Okay, so the next level is to take your forearms, your elbows to reach your knees. So roll up. Very good. That's level 2. Okay, so the next level we're going to bring our hands across our chest, and we're going to curl up until our chest touches our thighs. Right, so give it a go. Very good. Alright, now take your hands across your shoulders for level 4, and you're going to try and bring your forearms to your thighs. Very good. Slowly down. Okay, so now we're going to bring our hands behind our heads. This is where it's important not to pull at our neck. Alright, so to strong tummy, up you go. See if you can bring your chest all the way up, and then back down. Awesome. You want to improve your core strength. It's already pretty strong. Now, we're going to use a plate. So what I want you to do is bring it behind your head like this, and then you're going to curl up and try and bring your chest to your thighs.
Okay. Oh, this might be a bit.
So
This might be a bit of a challenge.
Alright, let's just give it a go.
Okay.
Alright, so head back, don't pull on it. Up you go. Up a little bit more.
No.
Ah, that was a really good try. Alright, so you got to level 4, and the plate behind the head was the tipping point, which is really good. So you've actually got really good core strength. It's above average. So you've got a really good starting point to work with there.
Cool.
So well done.
Thank you.
Alright.
Yep.
Alright, so Carly, we're going to do some strength training now. So strength is the maximum force you can apply against a load. So training to improve muscle strength includes lifting weights or otherwise increasing the resistance against your work. So strength is one of the main fitness components, important for assisting in everyday tasks, intensity, posture, and general fitness. So targeting a lot of your goals. Okay, so we're going to start with a push-up. So the muscles that we're going to target are your chest, your pectoralis major, your deltoids, your shoulders, triceps, and your core as well. So we're going to start on our knees. So come onto your mat. Alright, so hands, so shoulders over wrists. So we'll start on the knees and see how that feels. We're going to do a set of 10. Okay? So lower your chest down to elbow height and then push back up. That's 1. So try and put the elbows out the top. Beautiful. Chin slightly out. Keep your belly strong. How many is that? 7. Glad you're counting. 8. 9. 10. Fantastic. Alright, so you did that quite easily. So what we might do is try some on your toes. See if you can get to turn on your toes, and that way you know that we've got that level that's going to challenge you. Alright, so up on the toes, so we have a nice flat back. Exact same position as if you're on your knees. Good, so lower down. Try not to let your hips come down too much. Keep them up a little bit higher. Better. How many is that?
5.
Good. your breathing. Breathe out as you push up and in as you come down. We'll work on your breathing. Well done. Okay, so I think you definitely want to start on your toes and do 3 sets of maybe 10 to 15. And yeah, on your toes, you can drop to the knees and finish off your second. Cool. Exercise. We're going to do a single arm row. So this is going to target the latissimus dorsi, your back, and your shoulders as well. So I'll do a demonstration to start with. So you grab your dumbbell, you bring one knee onto the bench, and bring your hand to the bench. So you've got a nice long flat back. And then we lower the weight down with control and we draw the elbow up nice and high, squeezing through the shoulders. So try not to let go and drop the shoulder, keep them square, squeeze it up and down. So what weight do you think would work for you? I've got a 5 kilo here or a 6 kilo. We'll try the 6 kilo. You're quite strong. Okay, so take into your hands. So set yourself up. Good, nice level back. Alright, so we're going to do 15. So squeeze up nice and high. Good. Good control. Let's see if we can get a little bit more squeeze at the top there. Breathe out as you squeeze, breathe in as you come down. Good. Are your abs braced nice and tight? Yeah, they are now. How many is that? 8. Good. Don't let your shoulder go. 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. Well done. So how did that feel? Do you think that weight was challenging enough? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. So 3 sets on each arm. And good. Alright. So the next exercise we're going to do is target the legs. So the glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, and the core as well. So we're going to start with weights by each side. We're going to keep our feet, keep distance apart as we step forward. We drop the back knee down, up, and then step the foot back to start. And then we change sides. Down, up, and up. Yep. Here we go? Yep. Alright, so abs are nice and tight. Roll the shoulders back, chest up. Step forward, nice long step. Drop the back knee. Good. So pressing with the front heel to squeeze your butt. Good. So we're doing 10 on each leg. This is 2. The range that you'll be working in during your time on the treadmill is around 65 to 90% of your maximum heart rate. So we're looking at about 124 beats per minute to 172 beats per minute. So that's the range that we're looking for. So within that, as long as you're working in that phase, you're going to be increasing your fitness. Alright, so let's get started. So we're going to start with a 1 minute warm up, and then we're going to work into 4 minutes on the treadmill. Alright, so feet wide. Alright, so it's going to start nice and slow. Hold on to the handlebars as you step on. There you go. cardiovascular fitness. So it's the ability of the heart, the blood cells and the lungs to supply oxygen-rich blood to the working muscle tissues, and the ability of the muscles to use oxygen to produce energy for movement. So as anaerobic and aerobic capacity increases, general metabolism rises, muscle metabolism is enhanced, stroke volume is improved, and the blood then becomes more able to adapt readily to varying demands. So each of these results of cardiovascular training will help have a direct positive effect on muscular endurance and an indirect effect on strength and flexibility, targeting all your goals. Okay, so for the cross trainer, what I want you to do is bring your hands onto the handles. So we're going to be targeting all the muscles in the legs, so the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, the calves, as well as the shoulder muscles and the biceps and triceps, working through the elbow joint. Okay, so what I want you to do is just start off moving forward. Just get a feel for the rhythm. So I want you to be pressing your heels down. So what you can do here is you can see there's a quick start button. You can press that one. So you start the training, and so let's start off with time. Alright, we're up. So as you can see on your screen, there's an option to increase the level. So if you just press it a couple of times, you get to feel the resistance increase. So what I want you to do is the pace that you're going at is really good, but you want to match the resistance to it. So it's deliberately slowing you down. So maybe increase it a couple of levels. So combining this with the treadmill, you're going to get a really good varying workout for your heart rate. Good, so make sure you vary between using your arms and your legs. And you can do it about 10 to 15 minutes with the cross trainer to complement the treadmill. Yep. How's that feeling? Yeah, good. Any questions? Very good. So Carly, for your innovative cardio, we're going to work on some boxing. So we're going to work on your technique today. Yep. To start with, and that way, turn your hand over. That way you might not need me, you can actually use a bag as well. Oh, so cool. Yeah, your program. Turn your hand over. Okay, so doing boxing is great for your cardio fitness. So we're going to do a combination of your aerobic and anaerobic system. So there's a bit of high intensity work as well as sustained cardio. Yep. Alright, so hand in. So it's great for overall cardio fitness, great for your upper body strength, a bit of toning for the upper body as well. Yeah. Does that feel comfortable? Yeah. Good. Okay, so just curl your hands into a fist, bring your dart up, and that's where we start. Okay, so we're going to start with some basic punches. So we'll start with the jab cross, and we're going to do 20 on each arm. So when you punch, you turn your fist and you push into the pad. I'm going to have that resistance there, so it's going to hit nice and hard. Yeah. Okay, so start whichever side you like, bring your feet square to the front. Good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Very good. Right. So make sure you release your heel when you punch. That's with all of our punches. And make sure you breathe out as you hit as well. It's going to help you punch with better control and help you work a bit harder as well. Okay. Okay, so that's our jab cross. So make sure you bend your knees, sit your hips back. Okay, so now we're going to do an uppercut. So I'm going to hold the pads over like this, and I want you to bend your knees and hit up underneath. Okay. So it's as if you're going to aim for someone's chin. Yep. Yeah? Okay, cool. Okay, so we're going to do 20 as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, you kind of held your breath a little bit there. Just holding it in, so let it out. Yeah? Keep breathing as you go. It's hard to find your rhythm at first, but as you progress and get better at it, your breathing will just come naturally. Okay, so now we're going to do some hooks. So I'm going to hold the pads outwards, and I want you to punch as if you're going to hit someone in the side of the head. So a visualization is great for you to aim, and that way you know exactly how you want to do it. So the elbow comes up at shoulder height, and you're pushing to the side. Okay. We're going to do 20 on each side. Okay. Okay. 1. So how are your shoulders feeling? Yeah. So each different punch is going to work different parts of your shoulders, and you feel your heart rate hit up. Pretty high?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, so now we're going to do a couple of combinations. So we're going to do the 20 jump across, and then I want you to do 5 nice deep squats.
Yep.
So pushing the hips back, knees stay in line with ankles, grounding the heels.
Yep.
Okay, so 20 jabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Beautiful, sink low, good. So push the hips right back, keep your chest lifted. Really good. One more. Fantastic. Okay, now we're going to do the uppercuts. So come up underneath. Now I want you to really bend your knees and drive up. Yep? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, breathing. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This time we're going to do 20 jump squats. So you sink low and then you jump out of the legs. Jump. 2, good. A little bit lower, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. All right, shake it out. Now we're going to do our hooks, and then we're going to do 5 tuck jumps. I think you're capable. So with our tuck jumps, your feet start wide, we lift the knees up, and then we land low. Yeah? As high as you feel like you can.
Yep.
All right, hooks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, 5 tucks. You can do them continuously or stop in between. See how you go. 1, 2, good. 3, 4, 5. Hold it there. Well done. Okay, have a bit of a shake, bit of a stretch out. So that's a bit of cardio. Feeling good?
Yeah.
All right, Carly, so great job today. You did your cardio, you did your strength. Now we're going to do some stretches just to lengthen out our muscles. So we're going to start with our quads, which is the front of our leg. So what I want you to do is stand on one leg, draw the other one up behind. You can hang onto a wall for balance, and bring your knees together. Push your hips forward, and you should feel that stretch in the front of your leg. That's your quadriceps. Very good. So you hold it for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you change sides. Alright, so now we're going to stretch out through your chest. So there's 2 ways that you can do this. So you can open your arms up to 90 degrees, and then open up through the chest. You should feel a stretch across here. That's your pectoralis major. If you're looking for a deeper stretch, you can come to a wall and put your elbow against it, and then stretch one side at a time. Good. So again, 30 seconds to a minute, and then change sides. Well done. High blood pressure. Hypertension, also known as high blood pressure, is a long-term medical condition in which blood pressure in the arteries is persistently elevated. Long-term high blood pressure is a major risk factor for coronary artery disease, stroke, peripheral vascular disease, vision loss, and chronic kidney disease. Hereditary factors, smoking, a diet high in salt, obesity, and lack of physical exercise can lead to hypertension. Regular physical exercise along with a healthy lifestyle can help to lower blood pressure. However, some precautions need to be taken before commencing an exercise program. The client should first consult with their doctor to make sure they are okay to begin an exercise regime. The best exercise for someone with hypertension is aerobic training at a moderate intensity. Clients with high blood pressure should avoid isometric exercises where you are holding your body in a static or unmoving position for a defined amount of time. This includes core exercises such as the plank or holding a weight out in front of the body. This intense pressure and the tendency not to breathe properly can increase blood pressure further. A modified exercise for a client with high blood pressure could be a wall push-up. This would be beneficial for their upper body strength, work their chest and triceps, and reduce the load on the body as the client is not on the ground with their full body weight. Lower back pain. Lower back pain can be caused by a variety of problems with any parts of the complex, interconnected network of spinal muscles, nerves, bones, discs, or tendons in the lumbar spine. Typical sources of lower back pain include the large nerve roots at the lower back that go to the legs may be irritated, the smaller nerves that supply the lower back may be irritated, the large paired lower back muscles, erector spinae, may be strained, the bones, ligaments or joints may be damaged, and intervertebral disc may be degenerating. An irritation or problem with any of these structures can cause lower back pain and/or pain that radiates or is referred to other parts of the body. While lower back pain is extremely common, the symptoms and severity of lower back pain vary greatly. A simple lower back muscle strain might be excruciating enough to necessitate an emergency room visit, while a degenerating disc might only cause mild intermittent discomfort. Taking this into account, it is important to discuss at length with your client about their lower back pain to ensure that you are tailoring a program to suit their individual needs and restrictions. Exercise is a key element of almost any lower back pain treatment. Exercise for lower back may consist of 3 components: aerobic conditioning, stretching, and strengthening. The exercises are best done through a controlled progressive program with the goal of building towards a stronger, more flexible spine. A way to avoid injury and reduce pain in the lower back is to strengthen the lower abdominal muscles, the transverse abdominis. To do this, rather than performing a reverse curl crunch or sit-up, which could further aggravate the lower back, a safe and effective abdominal exercise is the plank hold, starting from the knees and working their way up. The knee injury. There are many different types of knee injuries and conditions that can restrict range of movement or cause pain to a client. When designing an exercise program for a client, it is important to keep in mind that the application of any exercise should be adjusted for the exact needs of the client. If their knee pain is new or ongoing, they should be asked to seek advice from their doctor or an allied health professional before commencing or continuing with their exercise program. It's best for all parties to know what they're dealing with ASAP, so as to prevent any more damage. High impact exercises can further injure painful knees. Avoid jarring exercises such as running, jumping, or kickboxing. Doing exercises such as lunges and deep squats that put a lot of stress on your knees, this can worsen the pain and, if not done correctly, could cause further injury. Cardio exercises strengthen the muscles that support your knee and increase flexibility. Weight training and stretching do too. For cardio, some good choices include walking, swimming, water aerobics, stationary cycling, and elliptical machines. Tai Chi may also ease stiffness and improve balance.